Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe. Click the subscribe button. When you subscribe, we'll be able to get across to other people, to benefit from the videos that will be sharing premium content around cybersecurity related matter and how to navigate cybersecurity, even as a newcomer or as an enthusiast, somebody that is just transitioning into cybersecurity. Not only that, you'll be able to have access to videos that will help you in your career journey in cybersecurity. So help us to propagate these and subscribe. Click the notification bell so that every time we upload new videos, you'll be able to get the notification that the new video is up, right? Subscribe and click the notification bell. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for your patience. So we're starting now, right? Okay. So you're welcome. We are still expecting more people. You're welcome to the masterclass, right? But I know you already know why you're here. Let me just show my face so that you can see me. Okay, so that is my face. Stop sharing the screen. Okay, let's see. Okay, so yeah, I understand many of us already know why we're here, and yeah, we have quite a number of people from different countries. So this is not just about Nigeria, and ISC2 actually came up with an entry-level exam that was supposed to be paid, but because they want to sponsor 1 million candidates, they want to help bridge, the cybersecurity skill gap. We have 3.5 million unfilled jobs in cybersecurity currently, and so almost every organization, not profits, both the profit and non-profits, are trying to fill this gap because the dispensation we are going into, right, requires that we have enough cybersecurity practitioners who are skilled and have expertise in protecting digital assets and business assets and infrastructures, business infrastructures, organization networks, and the rest of them. And that was why ISC2 actually came up with that initiative to sponsor 1 million. And yeah, I've written the exam, and it was not too hard. But if you do not apply few strategies, right, you might, get it very difficult. So before I dive in, my name is Segun Ebenezer Olaniyan. Some of us here might have known me, maybe see me post on LinkedIn or Twitter. Yeah, so I'm a cybersecurity analyst. Yeah, I call myself cybersecurity analyst. Of course, I specialize in cyber risk analyst, more specifically, third-party risk analyst, right? Analysis or management, right? And I work with Johnson & Johnson, is a healthcare company based in US. Yeah, I'm a cybersecurity speaker. I do a lot of speaking. If you visit my profile, you'll see I do a lot of speaking. This is what I love doing, right? Any little knowledge I have, I want to pass it across, right? Okay, so that is me. If you want to know more about me, just go on LinkedIn. Let's connect. If you have not connected with me, let's connect. Okay, so I want to quickly share something before we dive right in. I know a lot of us here, we have so many questions you want answers to, right? And in the comment, in the, one of the sections of the registration form, I had if you had any concern, and there are loads of concerns. So I'll be answering some of those questions that we left in the form, and also I'll be answering our questions. And that's why I gave it 2 hours, so that whatever I want to do within 30 to 40 minutes, I'm done. Then we trash out whatever question I answer, whether around the exam or around cybersecurity at large, or around whatever. You can ask me any question, right? I'm going to be answering. And I could see some people here Okay, I will do that. I see some people here already that are my bosses, right? Yeah. I think I saw Emmanuel not quite long. That's SE Cyber C. Yeah, Emmanuel is a great guy and is doing very well with cybersecurity awareness and helping people to stay safe and helping people to, not fall victim of fraud. Emmanuel is very good, and there are other very good, guys here who knows about cybersecurity. So yeah, um, yeah. So they will be answering. I'll be giving room for people to talk. It won't be just say. It won't be just type in the chat box, right? I will give people opportunity to talk so that it will be more interactive and we will be able to learn from each other, right? Okay. So I want to quickly share a picture. How do I do this? Okay. I want to show us something so that we will start from there, right? We'll start from there. Okay. It's not on the tab, right? Okay. Let me see if I can open it with my. Is it? Just give me a second. I want to show us. I want us to start from there, so that as many people who are yet to register, we will just go through, the process of registering and help you understand how to register, how to relate and navigate the ISC2 website, and also how to get the free training course. A lot of people have asked me that question over and over. I'm going to be demonstrating that here, right? Okay. So let me share this so that we see what I'm talking about. We can see this, right? Yeah. So this is the visual representation of applicants who registered for the ISC Certified in Cybersecurity exam. Now, these statistics or this analysis was gotten from the registration form, right? So I discovered that a large amount of people have not registered for the exam. Some people are saying not here, some people are saying after the masterclass. So I will be working, and I discovered that many people were not able to register because they don't know their way around, navigating the website, the interface of the website and the rest of them. It was not easy for them, right? So I'm going to be helping us through how to go about it from start to finish, how to register, and how to actually get your hands on the official material, the video and all the materials, and then do the practice exam, right? Do the practice exam and the rest of them. So that is where we'll be starting from. That's why I shared this, right? Okay. So yeah, now many of us have not registered, right? So I'm going to be going through. I will drop. People are talking about digital investigation. This is happening by weekend, right? By weekend, okay. This is not digital investigation. This is masterclass. It's different, of course. It is still organized by Digital Security Village, which is an initiative for cyber talent development, of course. But this is not digital. Don't ask me digital investigation. It's a different program, please. Don't ask me about digital investigation program. No? We are here for certified in cybersecurity. How you will pass your exam, how it will be very easy for you to pass the exam, what to do, the strategies to apply, and that's why we are here. So please don't ask me about digital investigation, right? Okay, so yeah, I'll be dropping. Let me drop the link. So there is a link, particular link that leads you to where you will be able to register, like for the 1 million initiative, or the 1 million registration that have been rolled out by ISC2, right? Raised to power 2. Just take a look at that. So this is the link. I've just dropped the link here, right? This is the link. So if you are with your system or you're with your phone, you can just, that is if you have not registered or you have not gotten the official training material. So let's walk through this together. So I'm going to be going to the link and then I'm going to walk us through. Then I will start with, I'm not using any slide. I'm going to be talking. So if you want to jot, you can jot, right? Okay, and then I'm going to be demonstrating using the official course. I'm going to be going through the quiz, the final quiz for the course, and then I'll be explaining some strategies around picking precise answers to questions. How you should, the strategies to apply from bottom up, you know, for you to be able to get, because sometimes those options are they look alike, and then just to confuse you, right? And there is a way that you can go about it, you know, to pick the correct answer, and all of us are going to be, you know, participating, right? Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen again. Yeah, so that I will just walk us through the registration process, right? Where to start from and how to go about getting hold of the official material. Okay, so yeah, I want to believe we are seeing my screen now. Yes, yes. Okay, so if you have the link and you are with your phone, your devices, your tab, your system, just go to that link. That is the link for the 1 million. If you go through the normal websites, you might lost your way around getting the 1 million, whatever, right? This is the link that links you directly to the page. You see, so it is a pledge to empower 1 million, you know, people with the certified in cybersecurity. And I know that on LinkedIn, if you're on LinkedIn, you would have been seeing people flying around acclaim badge, Credly, right? Credly badge of candidates. Well, they didn't give me a candidate badge. I don't know what I did, or I don't know why. It's not only me though. There are other people like that. And I passed the exam. They've not sent the certificate. And you know how this thing works. You have to wait for several business days before they will tell you, oh, this is your certificate and the rest of it. Okay, so this is the page, right? So your journey starts here, just the way it was, you know, written here. So for you to participate, the first thing to do is to create an account. That is, you are creating an account on the ISC2 website, an account that will give you access to all the information around certifications, information around study, exam, information around their webinars and other benefits that you have as a member or as a candidate. But if you have already created an account, you just need to sign, right? So let's say we want to create an account. So let's say I created this account. This is ISC account. Then you feel this, you feel that, you feel this. Boom, you are done with the account creation. They send you an email to, they send you a message to your email to confirm and the rest of that. Then you sign it, right? Now you see this. Now look at this. There is a notice here, right, that we are experiencing issues with ISC membership dashboard. I've tried to access my dashboard since I've registered, to no avail, because they are having issues. I don't know, right? So yes, so you just sign in. You see, this is signing in. So when you sign in, it takes you directly to the page. This is the page. I want to believe we are following, right? Now, I didn't go through the process of saying I want to fill the form for creating an account because I already had an account. So look at this. This is the original page. You see, this is the original page, right? Okay, so for somebody that is just registering, you've registered, you just signed in. So the next thing to do is to go back to that first link. You know, I'm sharing this tab. I'm not sharing the whole of my, you know, my browser. So I have to go back. But if you you are not sharing your screen, so you are using your browser. So I would advise that if you want to click on that sign in or on that create an account, you should open it in a new tab. So I'm going back to that first. I've already signed in. Now, the irony of this is when you go back to that our first page, this place, and click on application form. So it means that after creating an account, right, you will be assigned a non-membership ID as a non-member. So after that, you come and apply as a candidate. Now, ISC does not use candidate before. I think because of this 1 million thing, they came up with a candidate, whatever, so that they can integrate the 1 million, you know, certification of recipients into the system, right? So after creating an account, you have to click on this application form, because it is when you fill this application form that a candidate badge will be sent to you. I think like 2 days after or 1 day after, right? Now, I'm clicking this. It will take us to another page where it will require you for you to sign, right? So when you sign in, it will pre-fill some certain basic information about you. You see, single sign-on, right? Single sign-on. Don't worry. When you take the course, you know what single sign-on is, right? Okay, and some of us here, right? Okay, so this has pre-filled this field for me. So I need to fill the rest of the field. Fill it with your whatever. So when you get to primary certification of interest, you pick this, you might want to pick this, then you submit. Immediately you submit, this is where it will bring you. Now I'm going back because I had already filled the form, right? So when you submit, this is where it will bring you. It will bring you to this candidate page, you know. Now on this page, they've listed the step, right? But while you submit, it will take you directly to this candidate page. Let me click on the candidate benefit. So it will take me to a page, right? You see this? So this is where everything you need, both for the exam registration, to get the official training material is. This is where it is. This is what people have been looking for, right? I've not seen the official training. Where did you get it? It is paid. It is because you are not taking the accurate route. You are not taking the correct route, right? So you will have to pay if you are not taking this route, because whatever you want to do must be attached or be in alignment with the 1 million initiative of empowerment. And that is what we have just done, right? That's what we have just done. And so for you to now say you want to register, so my own opinion is that before you say you register for the exam, try to redeem the free access to the course material first, right? So if I click this now, it will take me to a page that says I should enroll. And then, you know, every place where you have to pay will be $0 and the rest. Just check out. When you check out, it takes you to another page where, right? Okay, so this is checkout. Me, I've already gotten mine. So I don't need, you just proceed. When you proceed, it grants you access. So I will show you how to access that, access the course, right? So I'm going back. Sorry, are we still seeing my screen?
We are not seeing your screen.
Great. I know the reason why. Let me stop sharing. I have to share the full right, entire screen. Okay, so this is where it will take you. I hope we can see this now. Right. Can we see my screen now?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so it will bring you here, then you proceed, you check out, then you proceed, it will take you through. So after that, I'm closing this. So after that, you have to come back here.
Sorry, we didn't see your screen
can you go back?
earlier. So can you go
I
back?
should go back. Okay, let's say I click this. Okay. Yeah, here. This is where it will take you. When you click access free access to the course of the official course training, right? Or training course, right? It will take you here. Then you will have to click. You don't need to fill anything. You have to click the checkout. So when you click the checkout, you don't need to fill anything. Oh, okay. You will need to fill the this place. That is the billing address and the rest of it. I've filled it before. You see, anything you see like this asterisk in red means it's required. Okay. So after that, you proceed. When you proceed, it will tell you you have successfully accessed the account, the course, right? But that does not mean you now have the course with you to be able to go through. So now, when you are done with this place, just close. When you are done with proceeding and finalizing and submitting the shopping, close it and come back to this page. This your candidate page. So when you come back to this candidate page, then you can now say, oh, I want to go and register for the exam. We are coming back to access the course. To access the course, I want to register for the exam. Then you click access You click on Certified in Cybersecurity Exam, then it will take you here. Don't mind the error. I don't know what is wrong with their website. They've given us notice that they are having issues, right? Now, this is another step entirely for you to register the exam. So you are registering on PassingVo, which is like a testing center, both online and offline. But the irony of the matter is, for this exam, they mandated that you have to write it offline. And there are 3 in Nigeria. I know we have other countries. You can check whatever applies to you. In Nigeria, there are only 3 centers that have been certified for them to take this exam. The first center is in Lagos, the second Abuja, the third Kaduna. Now, the one in Abuja, I don't know what is going on with the center in Abuja, but it seems that the center is filled, right? Because people have booked exam and the rest of it. But Kaduna, I've not seen anybody that said, oh, I took my own in Kaduna. So you can try Kaduna out if you are closer to this north or north central or south something.
I registered mine.
Sir?
I said I've registered mine in Kaduna.
Kaduna, great. That means they have space in Kaduna. Okay.
Yeah,
so for the
I register in Kaduna too.
Great. So for the purpose of people that are yet to, schedule the exam and they are looking for how do we schedule? Wow, I've used that many minutes. Okay, I want to rush because we still have a lot to cover. Okay, so now quickly, I'm taking this. This was not part of what I wanted to take before, but because the question came in the registration form, how do we register for the exam? How do we get this? How do we get that? For the purpose of people who have not been able to do that. So it will be very useless if I go ahead with, oh, this is the way you pass the exam, and people could not register the exam, right? Okay, so create an account. We are going to PassingVo to create an account for us to register for the exam. All these ones, leave. So you have to create an account. So when you create an account, it will tell you accept everything. Of course, you can come back and read, right? But accept. Okay, so it will bring you to your personal. So many of us have taken exam with PassingVo. So, but to those people, this is their first time, you feel all this. Make sure you see that what you feel it the way it is on your government issued ID card. Don't. I did that mistake. I had to, I went through a lot of stress, right, for them to correct, and I registered with another email and the rest of it. Okay, when you do that, you nest. It will ask you a series of questions. Of course, we have computer knowledge, so I don't need to, go through that step. Now, look at this. Of course, I know you'll be asking, why is this thing populating like this? I'm using LastPass now? Yeah, LastPass password manager. I'm not saving my password on the browser. That's one of the best practices, right? Okay, so you sign in, and it takes you to your dashboard. Now, this is your dashboard. So, we are here, right? Now we have signed in. Now, it said, after registering, select certification. So I'm going to be following that trend. Okay, few exams. Now, this, you see, ID is pending because my certificate is not ready. Okay, so few exams. This is my score report. It's supposed to show. God knows I've passed this thing. There is it. Okay. Okay, you see this? This is it. Pass. And that's the only thing they will provide you with. Pass. Until they send your certificate, right? Okay, so let's go back. I pray that I will be able to register again, like to demonstrate this, because I already passed it. Okay, so so it will list other courses here. So people who are asking what next after taking certified in cybersecurity, if you are a very techie person, very technical person, I will advise that if you have the money and you still want to move ahead with certification with ISC2, I will advise that if you are a very technical person, right, to go for system security certified practitioner. That is extremely technical. But if you are, a business oriented person, who has this management acumen and you want to bring that to play in cybersecurity, just go for CIS. Or you are considering a leadership role, go for certified information security, system security professional. If you are into cloud security and you are looking at, oh, I have the money, I want to take, you can go for this cloud. So those are the certifications you can take after certified in cybersecurity. Now, the certified in cybersecurity is an entry-level exam or certification. Now, compared with Security Plus, I've taken Security Plus. Thank God I took Security Plus before I took certified in cybersecurity. So it made it very easy. And I've been working for a while now in the industry. So experience also came handy, right? Okay. Now, what I want to say is this exam is extremely entry level. In fact, Security Plus, as many who have taken the course already, taking the exam already, you will know that it is entry level but advanced entry level, right? Because it covers a lot of domain and a lot of, but here this only covers just 5 domains, right? Introducing you to, and any other course that you take or any other certification that you take from them, we expand on this foundation. It will expand and then add additional domain. So that is it. So let me click. Let's see. Okay. So this now you see it's bringing, telling me is almost $200, but we're not fidgeting, right? Because we have a coupon. What's it saying? Ash, are you seeing what I'm saying? This. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
you can see.
Yes. Because you passed it, you can't access the exam again.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So okay. So that is that about that. So when you, I don't know what we can do, but so when you register like that, you just go to next, and then you pick your center where you want to get tested, and then where it will not get to where you have to check out, right? The way we checked out the other time. So it asks for coupon or a virtual, a voucher code. So that is where you now come back here. Oops, here, right? And then copy this. You will copy this. A lot of people are saying it's not working, it's working. Just copy it and make sure that when you paste it in that box, you click like twice in the box so that it will help, make the wordings, you are copying now.
Sorry, Mr. Segun.
Yes?
Suresh Singh has been raising his hand for quite a while.
Who?
But I don't think you can see him.
Oh, I can't. I've been facing. Okay. Okay, please. Can you go ahead, please? Unmute yourself and go ahead. Suresh. Or you type whatever you have in mind in the comment box. Oh, shed more light, please. On what? Oh, okay, that's not Suresh. Okay. Oops. So you can, if you can hear me, please mute yourself and talk. I didn't see you. I was facing the other tab, right? Okay. All right. So I'll stop sharing my screen, right? Okay. Okay, so you copy this and post and paste, and then you register. Boom, you already registered for it. So now let us begin to answer the question of what do I take to the exam? Oh, my inbox is full, like on both LinkedIn and Twitter. I'm going to answer that question here, right? Okay, let me just stop sharing my screen. Stop sharing. Okay, so what should you take to the examination of? You need 2 form of identification, right? 2. Now, there is one that is primary that must be government issued ID card, like your passport, your driver's license, your what else? Whatever government issued ID card, that would be the primary ID card. Then there is a secondary ID card. Oh, Bello Ademola, please go ahead and speak, please.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
So, that's a question regarding the ID card. So what if don't have two ID cards, just one that we have. Is it possible to go or use one of the certificate names to do it?
Okay, if you don't have a second ID card, you can use your ATM card for a secondary. But the only thing is you have to sign at the back. If you notice, ATM's card now has a place at the back that like a blank, very blank rectangle box like this, where you can, it's as if you should be able to write something there. So you can sign there and use that as a secondary ID card. I hope I've been able to answer your question.
Yeah,
so if you're a student here, the good news is you can use your student ID card as a secondary ID card. Can you use work ID card? I don't know. I don't know. But you can try it. But if you want to try that, just make sure you have your ATM signed so that in case they say, no, you can't use that, you are not perplexed, right? Who is raising hand again? I will just call your names. Okay, Francis, please go ahead and speak.
Yes, please. Can we use our national ID card, like this paper one that is used, those who have not collected the plastic one?
Okay, I think you can use the, there is this original one, that paper, not the black and white. There is this this colored one that they give to you.
Yes,
right?
that has the green at the background.
You can take that along. Yes, you can take that along.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on. Is that ID card, do they have your picture and your signature there? Like, does it feature your picture and signature?
You only see picture, but no signature.
You can use it. Your signature must be on the secondary ID card.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use it.
So there's no form of any identity that we can use. Sorry, good evening, everyone. I'm joining from South Africa, but with what the other brother portrays on now, I have that NIN before I left Nigeria, and I'm not
like
sure.
Like the plastic ID card or the?
No, I think the slip one that was given then, but I'm not sure if the signature is there.
No. If the signature is not there, you can use.
Oh, so we have to sign on the ATM card before we can use it, right?
The back, yes. Just sign on.
The back. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So I hope I've been able to answer. I've called.
I have one question, please.
Oh, go ahead, Yemisi. Go ahead.
Please. What if we use like a school ID card or something, like school ID card that doesn't have a signature but just a picture?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought school ID cards have signature. Really? Well, you can find a place to sign at the back. You should.
Okay.
They need your signature on.
Okay.
Okay. Who is raising up hand again? Olami, you would know to leave here by 9, right?
Good evening, sir. Please come, sir.
Go ahead, Ibrahim. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Issue is, you said we can make an ATM card, but there's no picture on the ATM card actually. I hope you know that.
Yeah. Now there's no picture on the ATM card, but it was part of the their policy that you can use ATM and sign at the back.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Since ATM now is settled, what other ID card can we use? For NIN and the NIN not sleeping functioning because they have no signature with them. So what?
I didn't get that. You are breaking.
Okay, we have NIN sleep. We have NIN digital premium card, I guess. Well,
okay, the NIN.
Card, the NIN digital premium card.
Yeah. You can use that. If that
the premium card, there's no signature. Is there anywhere
the plastic card?
Yes, the plastic card.
Oh, there's no signature on it.
Yeah, there's no signature.
Wow.
Is there anywhere we can sign on
really?
it? There's no signature on it.
Okay, so what I will advise is this, right? You have ATMs, right? Sign at the back of your ATM and go with it. With your NIN, if you have that premium card, right? If they do not collect, you'll be able to collect your ATM with the signature. Thank God it is included in the policy. So if they're arguing, you just need to log in or log on to ISC and then bring down the policy to them and show them so that they will know you are not talking out of without testing, right? I hope I've been able to answer your question. Shalom, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, good evening. Sorry, I just joined now, and I actually was looking for a way to ask someone about the whole ID card thing. So I have the NIN slip, and then that's like the only ID card right now I have. And then I can hear you saying about signing in the back of the ATM. I don't know, how is that possible?
It's possible. It's part of. It's included in their policy, in their recognition identification policy, that you can go with your ATM and sign at the back. You can check it out. It's online. You can check it.
How can I sign at the back? I don't understand the signing on the back.
Oh, do I have my ATM here? Let me just see. Let me show you. I think ATM is not near. Just give me a sec. Let me see. Oh, great. This is CUDA card. I will not show you my CVV. Don't worry. Okay. Oops. Is somebody seeing this? Oh, gosh.
Nah.
Can you see this?
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
You see that line, right?
The white line.
Yes, the white one.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. That white line, right? You can sign there.
Okay, but then can I use this? Can I use the NIN slip?
I don't think so. That NIN slip, so that you don't get there and I don't know. If you have voter's card, if you have international passport, please driver's license, go ahead and use. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Segun.
Hi. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to chip in something. If you have your NIS slip and any other ID card that contains your signature, it will be accepted. If you're in Lagos and you have your LASWA ID card, LASWA, your signature is always on that LASWA. You take it alongside with your NIN slip, it will be accepted in any centers.
Wow.
Also, if you have your international passport, it will be accepted. So if for those that have NIN, make sure the other passports, the other ID card you are taking along with has your signature. So they will collect it too. They will accept the two together.
Great. Oh, I think that solved the problem then. Great.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Simon. Thank you. Okay, Chris. We've not started the strategy track. Okay, we are all here. Okay. So, okay, Chris, go ahead, please.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So I wanted to ask, considering the ID card, what if you have like people that have like NYC ID card? Can you use that because your signature and your picture is there as well? Can you use that?
I don't know. I have not used that before. Samuel, are you there?
Yes, it's accepted.
It's accepted. It's a government issued ID card. So
It's a government
great.
It's a government issued ID card.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. Belma.
Sorry, if you don't mind, can we suggest that we move on? Since you say
we should move on, right?
It's almost 8 o'clock already.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank
let's
you.
just move on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so let's just move on. The question around ID cards and the rest have been answered. So let's just move on, okay? So now, I will be sharing my screen again for us to access the course. I've shown you how you can register for the course, how you can get the course, right? So let's access the course. Let's just go through and see. And then I'll be drawing my insights from there. And then I'll be sharing my experience with the exam and then tips for you to pick accurate answers, right? So let's just dive right in. That's the more reason why we're here. So that we don't just okay. So on your page, on whatever page, whether home page or any page, all these tabs, this menu will be there. So just click my course. When you click my course, it takes you right to your home where your course is resident. You can see my screen. So this navigation, whatever, you can go through it, but this doesn't matter. You see this? So you see official, this is certified 1 million and the rest. Okay. So you just click on it, it will take you right to the course. And okay, you see this? So this is the introduction, this is security principles. So it covers 5 domains, right? The security principles, the principles around security, that is the core principles upon which cybersecurity is built, or information security is built, introducing you to the CIA triad, the confidentiality, integrity, and availability, and everything around it, right? After that, it takes you then, it takes you from there. It will also show you, you'll be introduced to security controls, the administrative control, the technical control, the physical control, and the rest of the controls under these controls, right? Okay, GRC people, we understand what I'm talking about. So when you actually go through the course, these things will not be like a magic to you. Okay, chapter 2 will help you to go through incident response and business continuity, disaster recovery, every organization. You know, recently I was conducting few reviews on third party. That is what I do, right? Okay, on vendors, right? And we were asking, do you have an incident threat or incident management plan or program in place? And they're telling us no, or it's not applicable. Who does that? So if anything happens, there is security breach, how do you respond? People will be confused because there is no plan in place that helps people to know who is responsible for what. Who do we contact? For containment, who do we contact? All those things you will be then in containment, eradication, and the rest. For containment, for eradication, for recovery, who do we contact? What is our role? Because every department has a role. What do we do as an HR during incident response? What is my role? What do I do? How do I keep the employees in check and help them to understand the things that are going on? As the communications officer, what do I do as the legal officer? You know, this kind of thing. So this is what you learn in chapter 2. You see, is resonating with us, right? Okay, access control, very big deal. User access, access to applications and systems. Who have access to what? What are their roles? The principle of least privilege, that is, people must not have access beyond their role or their responsibility in an organization. Just for example, a cleaner should be having access to the firewall. You know, that's crazy. So if a cleaner is having access, it means that there is no access control in place. Of course, a cleaner should not even have access to an interface that a front desk officer is having access to, right? That is what access control is. Then you talk about physical access control and all of those. Those things are big deal, right, in protecting an organization. Then you have network security, firewalls, what else? ACO, that is access control list, and load balancing, the rest of them, network security, boom. You know, they take you through the OSI model, or the 7 layers of, you know, data transmission across network, where you learn about the physical layer and the rest of them. Boom, that is network security. Then you go through security operations, the SIEM, you know, login alerts. How do you detect if something is wrong in the network? How do you detect if there is a breach, malicious attack, and the rest of them? Boom, that is chapter 5. You see, very sweet and interesting stuff. Just 5 domains is not much, right? So, but I know you've been seeing 36 topics. You are scared. It's nothing big. It's not a big deal, right? If you can put your mind, you will go through it and you will understand. So let's just dive right into it. Let's just go to the chapter 1, and then I'll show you a few things, and then we will move. So from chapter 1, I'll be showing you a few stuffs, right? So chapter 1, understanding risk and the rest of them. This is module 1. So there is a video here that you have to download. Let me go back to content. Let me see. I think there is a way you can actually download a readable, like a PDF. Oops. What? Wow. This is incredible. There is no PDF. There should be. Really?
Sorry.
Okay, resources. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, there is like a PDF that you can access. Do we see how I got to the PDF side? Are we
Yes.
following? Great.
Yes.
So at the end of every course, because I know some people, video is not their thing, but please, I want to beg you, if you want to pass this course, go to the video. That is, if you are truly new, you are transitioning from another field into this field, go to the video. What I discover is there are certain things, because actually I wrote the exam without going through the whole video. I just skimmed through all these PDFs, which are just summary of everything in each chapter, and it does not cover everything. Like they just summarize, you see now, summary. They just summarize and just pick out key points and the rest. But in the video, the instructor actually explain with scenarios, and that scenario will stick with you. You know, when you are trying to think about answering the question, right? Okay, you see this. So some people are not very good with video. So when you go through the video and you are not still comfortable, you can come to the PDF and then go through it, right? Now, let me say this. The exam actually was totally based, or is totally based on the course material. A lot of people have been telling me, do I need to read that? Do I need to read this? Please, don't go and read what it is not. Study the official material. Everything you need is in the official material. And please give attention to their code of ethics. I did not read that thing. I was just using idea because I didn't go through it. I was like, code of ethics. Like it came out repeatedly. Very confusing questions. You know, like they're asking you, if somebody is cheating beside you, what should you do? Should you tell the person stop cheating? Or do you tell the test administrator in this test center, this person is cheating? You know, all those kind of, if you have not gone through their code of ethics and specific instructions they have given. Now, in their code of ethics, it was not there that you have to tell the test center. If you're in the exam and you don't go through, you think the best thing is to tell, the way we do in school, invigilator. You don't tell the invigilator. You know, you actually wait till the exam is done, and then there is an email that you have to send whatever complaint and everything to you. Everything is in the code of conduct, right? So give attention to the code of conduct. It is in the course introduction. Please don't skip the course introduction, right? It is in the course introduction. So this is, you know, the PDF, and oh yeah, I still want to say something based on the PDF. So let's go straight down. I think where is the, there is another document for each of the, it's not here, where there are questions. Let me see. Let me see.
Take the pre-assessment file before chapter 1.
No. I'm not talking of the pre-assessment. For each chapter, there is like another. They call it like
knowledge base, sir. Knowledge base. Check any of the knowledge base.
I'm sorry. Is under module 4.
It's under module 4.
Yes, under module 4. That's security principle. That's the quiz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Just under module 4.
But I know there's one.
No, you just
like
go back.
This?
Module 4. Yeah, click on module 4. So security, network security.
Security quiz. You can see.
Oh, yeah. This is what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is it. I know there is one like that. Yeah. Okay, so let's just use this as an example. Right? Okay. So now, let's say you've gone through the whole course, and now another disclaimer, right? Please, the questions in the quiz or the final quiz and the final assessment is different from the question in the exam. People that have taken it, they've came back to me and say, oh, the question is different. And it's supposed to be like that. You don't expect that you'll be seeing questions from here in that place. This is just to help you, you know, familiarize yourself with most of those things, right? So the question there needs you to understand the whole concept around every chapter. So let me now tell you the strategies, right, to pick correct question, correct answer. Now, what I normally do is a bottom-up approach. So if I interface. Let's say this is the question 1, and I want to answer this. It said common network device used to connect network. The common one. Now, from here, I will start from the last option and then define it or define it. What I mean is, what is switch? In my mind, though, I'm defining what switch is. Switch is used to connect a LAN, local area network, to another local area network, or to connect a group of network to another group of network, right? Or a group of a host to another host, or whatever to another whatever, right? That is a switch. And switch falls at under data link layer, right? Oh, that is a switch. So I already, now I've not read the question, but I already in my mind know what switch is. Then I go to C. Now all these things is taking time because I'm explaining. In my mind, it will not take time. I already, oh, switch is this pin. I move. Router, what is router? You use router to connect a group of maybe local area network. Okay, switch is when you use to connect different hosts together, one computer to another, host to host, right? Then router, you use router to connect a larger network, that is multiple LANs, local area network, multiple local area network to another multiple local area network. You use router, and router interfaces with the internet and the rest of them like that. You already know what router is, and it operates at layer 3, right? Okay, let's move. Now, what is endpoint, right? Endpoint. Oh, when we say endpoint, we are talking about any devices that is IP enabled. Any device that is IP enabled. So an endpoint can be your phone, your device, your mobile device. It can be a laptop. It can be an IP phone. It can be a printer. It is an endpoint because it is IP enabled. It has the capacity to connect, make connection with another, device with their IP address and the rest. That is an endpoint. Boom. What is a server? A server can be a workstation that hosts a specific a specific configuration for certain task or function. Boom. So I've defined these 4 things. Now I want to now read the question. Already I know what each of the option is in my mind. So common network device used to connect networks. Which one is common? Switch is common. You can see switch almost everywhere. People have personal switches. People have personal switches. Common network device. Endpoint is not necessary. You see that now, this thing is almost looking like endpoint. Endpoint is common because you see computers everywhere. You see mobile phones everywhere, but you don't use phone to connect another network, right? Used to connect networks. Networks is very common. Switch, right? So you see that. So with your understanding and the definition of whatever you have in your mind, boom, you already pick the answer to the question. So when you are reading the question, you already pick the answer, right? Now let's move to the second one. A common network device used to filter traffic. So we start from the bottom again. What is firewall? Oh, firewall is a network device that helps to filter. You already even know it filters something. It filters, network traffic. It helps to, deny incoming, outgoing, and all those, layman understanding of firewall, right? Boom, you already know. Then you move. Ethernet. Ethernet has to do with, cable connecting one endpoint to another at layer 2, right? Is it layer 2? Yes. Please. Yeah, layer 2. Layer 2, right? Boom. Endpoint. We already know what endpoint is. Server. Then you pick firewall because when you get to the question, you are not thinking again because you're already from the down part. You already started. That is the strategy, sincerely. That's the strategy I used. From downward, you already know what is what. So when you get to the question, you are not thinking. You pick the answer in your mind and you move. Now, another thing you need to note is this. When you say next after picking your question, you do not have the opportunity to go back. Hello? You don't have the opportunity to say, I forgot. I should have picked endpoint too. You are not going back. There is no previous. You are moving. 100 questions like that, right? Now, let's move. endpoint to
please, sir.
Web server.
Please,
okay,
please,
I'm with you.
I have a question. 100 questions on how many minutes, sir?
2 hours. Is it not enough? 2 hours is enough for 100 questions. Now, that's why this strategy will work. It will help you to move fast. If you are the person that is from top, you first read the question. A common network device used to filter traffic. And see, don't let them cajole you. This one that is small like this, they will not give you this short. They don't know. Scenario based. And even if they want you to divine something, it will not be as short as this. This is just like practice test, right? So it's 100 questions, no going back. When you say next, you are next. You are nested. It's not, there's no going back. We are going forward, right? 100 questions, 2 hours. 2 hours is enough. Pata is enough, right? Don't mind me, okay? So endpoint to web server, which port number is associated with the protocol typically used in this connection? Look at this, web server. Now, another thing, go and learn protocols. Port numbers is in the course, but learn them. So what I did before I go for the exam is the most popular port numbers. I make sure I refresh. I know them already, but because I don't want to go and fumble, I make sure I refreshed my brain. I know them, like about 15 of them, the most popular ones, so that when they come up, I just pick and so like this one now, we already know, all of us know here, except for people that are just coming in. That is port 80. That's the protocol for HTTP, right? That's the protocol that helps communication between endpoint and web server. Endpoint, I've said it, any IP enabled device, right? Okay, so now let's look at this. An attack against the availability of a network system. Okay, so don't forget, I said start from the bottom, right? So let's see from the bottom. Distributed denial of service. This is an attack. This is an attack that floods, you know, a target system or a target computer from multiple sources, and then overwhelms that target with traffic, whatever, right? Now, we already know what distributed denials, just to cause, you know, disruption so that the services will be unavailable. That is compromising the availability of the system, right? Stealth is still part of stealth attack is still a part of a flood attack, like a part of distributing like sending overwhelming traffic or messages to a system to overwhelm the system, to crash it. We have virus. You know what virus is? You know, is a type of malware. Worm is a type of malware. The difference between the two is virus needs human interaction to get triggered, while worm does not need human interaction. It spreads. When it reaches your system, it begins to spread. But virus needs you to click something, drag something, and the rest. So you already know this. So you read the question. An attack against the availability of network system typically use many attacks. Now, from the definition you have already, you will not even finish reading the question. You already know the answer because you already define it in your mind. Oh, from many sources or many machines, traffic against, boom, is distributed denial of service. Now, this will really help you to move fast, right? This will really help you to move fast. Okay, so let's, this is it. Now, let's use another example so that it doesn't just be network. Conclusion.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Oh, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. Please, I just want to ask, I completed the...
Hello, everyone.
I completed the...
Can't hear the voice.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, I just completed this assessment. And I was trying to register for the exam. So when I was directed to the person view website, that I need to go to a view center to write the exam. I don't know if that's or maybe there's a mistake somewhere.
A testing center, right?
Yes.
Yes, you need to go to a testing center to write the exam.
Okay, the issue is I when I checked the site, the only testing center I saw was somewhere around Lagos, Shomolu, also in Lagos.
Surulere, Lagos, yes.
Really, yes, that's the only one I saw. Then there was another one at Abuja, and that's all.
Yes.
So those are the those are the only two peer review centers in the country
Yes.
at the moment.
Yes. And Abuja. But Abuja is filled up.
Wow.
There's one in Kaduna too.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Lagos, Abuja, Kaduna. Yeah, those three. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. All right. Thank you very much. I just wanted to be sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So now look at this. These are the kind of questions you will see in the exam, right? The Payment Card Industry Council. Don't worry. Don't forget. Don't forget. Right. This will be covered in the course. As I've said, make sure you watch the video. There are certain things that the guy explained in the video that is not in that PDF, right? Okay. The Payment Card Industry Council is a committee made of, so start from what is procedure, what is standard, what is policy, what is law, right? You have to know this thing. You have to know this thing. Issues, rules that merchants must follow if the merchants choose to accept payment via. Now, look at this. For example, they gave us, now look at another strategy. Now, they gave us the Payment Card Industry Council. You know why they did not go for that? Because if they finish it as PCI DSS, you already know the answer. I don't know if somebody is getting this. Now, the full form of this standard is Payment Card Industry Data DSS Security Standard. So it means this that they are talking about is a standard. Now, they are now developing a scenario around it, not mentioning the rest. They only mention the organization that used the standard or that initiated the standard, right? They are not made because they know if they mention the standard, you already know it is a standard. So you see, from my understanding of the standard, I was able to pick the answer. So don't cram, understand each concept. Understand each concept. This is applicable in any exam, even Security Plus. Don't cram. Understand the concept. So that when you are done with the exam and God help you, somebody interviews you and say, oh, you have certified in, oh, so, okay, tell us what is, tell us about PCI DSS and this and that and that. You'll be able to say something, right? So it is for knowledge purpose, of course, and it is also to verify that you have the knowledge, basic knowledge of information security. So you see the strategy I use to approach that. Already I know this is the organization that releases the PCI DSS. And PCI DSS is a standard. So based on that, I was able to pick my answer. I was sure and I was able to pick, right? For which of the following system would the security concept of availability probably be more? So now look at this. Questions like this, you might not be able to apply the first strategy I mentioned, that you should start from bottom, because these are not questions that you need to pick a certain device or you need to pick a certain standard, a certain policy. These are questions that has to do with, is an open end, and you know, that has to do with statements as your correct answer. So for which of this follows, so you can just start, just glance through the options and then start from the top. For which of the following system would the security concept of availability probably be most important? Availability. Now, if you have really watched that security principle course, availability means from the word availability, right? The normal English, something is available to the right people that are supposed to access it, right? So look at this option. If we say something is available to somebody on demand, like if they just access it like this, boom, they are able to on-demand availability. Now, look at this. Medical system that stores patient data. Now, when we talk of availability, this is very confusing because, of course, stored patient data needs also to be available to the doctors, needs to be available to the patient, right? Of course, it is applicable here. But they said, what's the question? For which of the following system would the security concept of most important? It means from the question, the 4 options are important. but they are looking for the most important one. Records of past transaction. Medical system that monitors patient condition in an intensive care unit. Now, I picked this, right? Now, considering looking at the criticality of intensive care units, the medical system that monitors a patient's condition, if it is out and there is no availability to that, technology, how will they know the status of the patient? You see that this is very confusing. Now, look at this online streaming of camera feeds that display historical works of art in museums around the world. Now, look at that. You will be tempted to say, online streaming, is on demand. You need to stream on demand. Now, there are two things. The first here, now, I've eradicated these two options already. So we are left with these two. Now, with availability, we say something must be available to people. Which one is most important? And in security, the health and the safety of life is priority. I don't know if you get that. It is in the course, you will come across it. The health and the safety of life is priority in security, right? So based on that principle, even though online streaming camera feed looks like so far is on-demand streaming, they must have access to it. It's confusing like that, but based on that principle of the best practice is priority in anything in security is the health of the safety of people, the health of people and the safety of life. I will pick D. Do you see that it takes critical thinking and also ability to remember some of the things that was talked about in the course? Because if you don't give your attention to maybe the guy in the video mentioned healthy and safety as a priority, you just look at it and say, this one looks like on-demand something. They need to, like Netflix. Of course, Netflix too. I said every of these options are important when it comes to availability. But the most important, considering the criticality of the condition. Do you see that? See the way I analyze? It takes this time because I'm actually explaining. In your mind, you just, boom, you've picked. So these are the kind of questions you will come across. Very confusing, but if you actually know the principles, you've put your mind to the principles and the concepts, you'll be able to pick correct answer. These ones are very direct. Let's look at another one that is as long as that. Okay, look at this. Tina is an ISC member and is invited to join an online group. Okay, an online group of IT security enthusiasts. After attending a few online sessions, Tina learns that some participants in the group are sharing malware with each other. Right? In order to use it against the organization online, what should Tina do? Now, this, right, is the ethics, code of ethics of ISC. This is the code of ethics. What should Tina do? Report to the group to the law enforcement agency. Stop participating in the group. Report to the, is easy, of course, the options are easy. Report the group to ISC. You are a member. And one of the objectives of ISC is to guide the ethical operation of, information security professionals, right? So the best answer is to report the group to ISC. Now, if you have not gone through the code of ethics, right, you will think, that is criminality. So we have to report them to law enforcement agency. But that is by the way. So as I've said, it is important that you go through the course and give attention to the code of ethics. Somebody want to say something?
Yes, please, if you don't mind. Sorry for continuing. Please, where can we find the code of ethics?
Yeah, it is in the, let me close this, to save it for me. It is in the course introduction. Where is this? It's in the, let me go back. The code of ethics is covered in the course introduction. Yeah, here, I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think this is covered here. Yeah, this is it. Do you see this? Do you see this?
Yes, I do. I actually skipped it though. Thank you for mentioning it.
Yeah, please don't skip.
Thank you.
And then watch the video too. This is just like listing out some of the in the video. I think they covered some of more stuff, right? Okay, so these are strategies. I wanted to show her, that was why. Let me look at one more question, and then let me go deep down, like to the last, some of the last questions, and then I would open the floor for questions. Okay, if two people want to use asymmetric communication to conduct a confidential conversation, how many keys do they want? Do they need? So you have to know what symmetric and asymmetric is. Asymmetric uses public key and private key. Symmetric use one key for both, you know, parties, or both decryption and encryption. And asymmetric use two. Oh, sorry, wait. If two people want to use asymmetric to conduct a confidential, how many keys? Oh, I think asymmetric use, very confusing. Asymmetric use one key for both, right? Symmetric use two keys, right? Okay, so yeah, that is that about encryption, right? Now, this is simple because you have to just know what encryption is, the types of encryption, which is asymmetric and symmetric, right? Okay, to pick the answer. Data dash is data left behind on system or media after normal deletion. Now from here, you have to listen to the course, or you have to watch the video for you to be able to get this, right? You know what fragment is? You know what packet is? Fragment is the data that is transmitted from, I think, layer 2. Was it layer 2 or layer 4? Packet is, oh, segment is layer 4. Fragment is layer 3. Packet is layer 3. Fragment is layer 2. And frame is layer 1. Yes, frame is layer 1. Don't worry. All these things, some of us here who already, they understand what I'm talking about. That is data that is being transmitted from each layer, each OSI model layer, layer 1 down to layer 7. So for you, when you analyze it like that, you already know the kind of data that is being transmitted from layer 1 to 4, down to 8, down to 7. So you will see that fragment is not there. Packet is not there because it's talking about OSI model. And this here is not talking about OSI model. It's talking about the life cycle of data storage, life cycle of data treatment, where you store, you archive, and you destroy. Store, archive, retrieve, destroy. I think store, use, archive, retrieve, destroy and retrieve, or retrieve and destroy. There's a way they arranged it, right? You will be introduced to it in the course, right? So based on that, now remnants is not part of it. Residual is the correct answer. The data that is left in a system after they have deleted the whole stuff is residual data. And it's the remnant data, you know, remnant data that is left after they have destroyed is called residual. You see how I analyze the options. I was able to try to determine, oh, fragment is a data that is sent in this layer. Packet is sent at layer 3. Fragment, segment is layer 4. Fragment is layer 2. And, you know, with that analysis, I've eradicated option 1, option 2. And I was left with option C and D, right? But remnants does not make any sense in this category. So residual makes a lot of sense, right? Okay, so this is how to eradicate questions and the rest. So let's just check, let's check this. Burger works for Thrift Inc. as a security analyst. Bluga wants to send a message to several people and wants the recipient to know that the message definitely came from Bluga. What type of encryption should Bluga use? Now look at this. They would have just asked us, what is hashing? because that is what they're asking of. Now, if you want to maintain the integrity of the data, right, you use hash function. We call it hashing. You know, it helps you to, it replaces whatever your data, it gives your data certain values with combination of characters and symbols, you know, in order to maintain the integrity of that file. So the output of a hash algorithm is called a digest, right? So it is that digest that we see as a checksum. We call it digest or checksum. So, you know, you see checksum, you see digest, you know, long characters. So it means that that value that it, you know, produces cannot be, is irreversible. You cannot reverse it. You can't reverse it. Like how do I put it now? You cannot change it. Like you can't change that value, right? You cannot change that value, because if you make changes to the file that the hashing, that the checksum or the digest is, you know, is protecting the integrity. If you change anything in the file and then you calculate the checksum again, like using hashing algorithm, it will give you a different value. So based on that, you'll be able to know that somebody has tampered with this file. Because, for example, you are sending something to you are sending the data to somebody, and you have calculated the checksum of that data. You've generated like a digest, a hash using hashing algorithm. You generated a digest, and you send it with the maybe you send it beforehand, before you send the data, and say, oh, this is the checksum. And this is used in digital forensics very well, just to ascertain that that data maintains its default state, right? So you send it to the person, and when the person gets to the data, the person calculates the checksum again and compare it with the one you sent. So if the value that the data that came in, the value of the checksum or digest is different, right? It means that there has been a modification which has compromised the integrity of that data. Don't worry, these things you understand broadly when you go through the course, right? You see the way, so from my understanding, I already know that this is hashing because I understand the concept of hashing, right? Hashing algorithm. So yeah, so that is it. Those are the strategies that you can apply to actually ace the exam. Now let me talk about, I want to stop sharing my screen. Let me talk about somebody that is already in the industry, somebody that is already like working. How do you how do I stop the screen? Okay, Dean Light Digital, please go ahead. Somebody's raising up their hand. Please go ahead and talk. Oh, okay. If you are not talking, I'm moving. So if you are somebody that's go ahead, please.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I want to know how many questions are in the exam, please.
It's 100 questions, 2 hours, 100 questions.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so yeah. Now, if you're already in the industry, right? You already know your way. You have been working. So how do you leverage your experience, right? One thing I know and I understand is your experience. If you're already working in the industry, your experience will come handy. It will come handy, really come handy. Based on the fact that you're already working in a production environment, that some of these concepts are being implemented, right? For example, I work as a third-party risk analyst. There is, of course, I'm still learning, but there is nothing really they want to bring as GRC, risk compliance, and all this standard and procedure that I will not be able to ace, because this is what I interface with every day. So you can tap into your wealth of experiences, right, to answer. But what I normally advise people is don't be too confident. Even somebody that is already working in the industry, don't be too confident. So now, what do? Go through the course, not the video, right? Go through the PDF, right? Go through the PDF course, the PDF summary. That will really Oh, thank you, Unduka. Thank you. Thank you. Asymmetric used to. Don't mind them. They confused me. They confused me. Yeah, that means the right option is not in that. Yeah, 2 key each. Oh, 2 key each. That's 4, right? Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. 2 key each. That's 4. Okay, so let's move on, right? Okay, so now as I was saying, you tap from your word of experience. So don't be too confident. If you have like 1 year experience in information security, don't be too confident. So what you do is try to go through the PDF and do the post, the assessment, right? Do the assessment, so that you see your level of competency with you see, oh, where do I need to go and try and check? Of course, I have the experience, but maybe I just missed 1 or 2. Look at, oh, for example, I said I have experience, right? Look at that question, right? The asymmetric and symmetric. I first said 2, right? But because of the options, and I didn't really process the question, I said 1. Whereas it is 2. So it can be like that sometimes. So you need to, of course, leverage your experience, but also go through, because so that you can build confidence, with the course. I want to answer a few questions on the form. A lot of people send a lot of questions. I'll just read. Okay, let me just share my screen so that we see. Right. How do I get correct exam question dump? Now, we are not using dump here. Dump, now let me say this. Thank God I'll be sharing the video, the recorded session very soon. Dumps are not good for your career growth, because of course you might use dump and pass. That does not mean you have the knowledge. So if you are interviewed, if you are interviewed and you were asked what is what about subconcept, and you use dump because you crammed the question and answer and you want to go and pass, right? It will not help you, right? We've seen people ask loads of certifications, but they could not get a job because they are using dumps to pass certification. Certification will get you through the gatekeepers, but certification will not give you the job. Your experience and your skills and your experience is what will give you the job, not the certification. So if you are using dump, please stop. Go and learn. Sit down with materials and learn. This is what will help you. This is how you'll be able to explain to people. This is how you'll be able to speak with people. This is how you'll be able to help people, help other people, teach other people, train other people. If you use dump, you'll not be able to train anybody, right? So yeah, I hope I've been able to answer that person's question. This is another one. I'm new to the field. Please, I don't know if you can mentor me. Even me, they are mentoring me, right? So I don't think I'm grown enough, or I've grown to that point where I will start mentoring people. Of course, we can grow together and help each other, but not as mentor, right? Okay. Is CCNA a pro course to this course? No. CCNA is not. You don't need to do nothing. Just register for the exam and pass, right? And start your career journey in cybersecurity. I recently signed up. I just applied. I have not registered. Now, how many of us here are not registered? If you have not registered, please go and register on time. Go and register. This opportunity is ending by December. It's ending by December, and when the time will come, I don't know the percentage pass rate, or I don't know yet. They've not released. Maybe the company released, right? I don't know. It's ending, by December, right? It's ending. It's not forever. It's not forever. That's why they tell you must take your exam before December, or like by December. At least you must have 70 pass mark, right? 70 pass mark. By December, you must write the exam. I'm trying to rush. By December, you must write the exam, because the opportunity will be off by December. And one thing is that price will jump up, and a time will come, I repeat, a time will come, certified in cybersecurity of ISC will be strictly required for entry-level job. Quote me. You will see. The time is coming. The way, that is the way Security Plus came out, right? Then, and boom, it maybe, you know, some people took this thing, and now Security Plus is almost everywhere. You have to have it as an entry level, at least to show them that I know what I'm doing. I know these basic concepts and basic fundamentals of security. Okay, so somebody's raising up. Ari D, please go ahead.
Okay, there's another thing I wanted to add as well. If you are applying for it, make sure you apply for maybe the convenient time, because by the time you are planning to reschedule, you are going to pay a amount of $50. So just put, if you are applying for the date, so make sure you put the convenient time for it. So when you are applying as well, so that's
thank you,
another
Ari
addition
D.
about.
Yeah, thank you, Ari D. That is correct. If you schedule the exam to for Friday or next week, and you say you want to reschedule, you cannot reschedule. You have to pay $50. Of course, now nothing is extremely free in this life. Nothing is extremely free. In fact, this masterclass is not free. Yes, you're accessing it now. It's free. It's not free. Right? It's not, because the recorded video will be, there will be commitment fee for you to get access to this recorded session. It's not free. It's not total. Nothing is totally free. So if you want to say you want to reschedule, they will collect money from you, $50, right? So pick a date that is convenient for you, right? Pick a date that is convenient for you, so that you will not be looking for a way to say, yeah, I want to pay $50 to reschedule. Somebody said something here. Udosa, thank you. Yes, ISC is trying to take center stage for entry level over, of course. Yes, that is what they are trying to do. They are pushing really hard into the market. What do you think will happen after 1 million people get certified? Come on, come on, come on. This is business strategy. They know what they are doing. So, you know, so key into it now, take advantage of it now, because the time will come when this will be highly demanded if you want to go for an entry level job anywhere. And ISC is a recognized and very respected organization, just the way CompTIA is too. So, you know, they have fame. Yes, ISC, they have fame, right? So, yeah. Yeah, you pay a certain amount. Oh, to watch? Of course. Yes. Yes. I'm unapologetic about it. Yes. This session, I'm recording it. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Yeah. I'm unapologetic about it. You have to pay to get the recorded session. So nothing is totally free. I've discovered that people take advantage, you know, with levity when something is free. I saw this same initiative on LinkedIn. I don't know how many of us saw it. There is this, I won't mention the name of the center. There is a center that is doing training, this kind of training. They are doing it. It's so funny. $500 training. Yes, it's on LinkedIn if you search very well. There is, I won't mention the name of the training center. Of course, that's his business. It's nobody's. ISC will not fight them. They are not doing anything bad. They want to train you and you pay, right? So yeah, that is that about that. Okay. So yeah, experience comes in handy. You're already working in the industry, but make sure that you go through at least the PDF to understand how ISC, you know, is trying to position these things. Don't be overconfident and say, oh, this, that. Okay, Sean, please go ahead. Sean, go ahead and speak. Okay, if Sean is not ready,
I hope everyone's good.
go ahead,
you guys
please.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but very faintly. Yes, we can. Can you speak loud?
Okay. Let me test now. Am I clear now?
Yes, you are clear. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so basically, I just wanted to get clarity. With the rescheduling, I think they said something like if maybe you want to reschedule within 48 hours of booking the exam or something along 48 hours, that's when you'll actually pay the $50.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh.
Something
Hello, I don't think so. Hello.
Really?
Hello.
Sorry, I don't think
Let's get
so.
clarity for this,
I
please.
don't think so. Whatever time you want to reschedule, you get about 48 hours. The 48 hours is patient due. The patient due is a policy. Whether you are paying or free, you schedule with patient due, you have to do it 48 hours. After that, you are not allowed to inclusive do exams for whichever program.
Wow.
Security program, that
That's
program, or
crazy.
whatever.
Oh. Sean, did you get that? Oh, but hold on. Are you sure this is not, I don't know. Is it peculiar to country? I think Sean is talking from the Asian, right? The Asian continent. So I don't know if this is peculiar to countries. We can
doubt
just
because when I
go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
Okay, I was saying because when I wrote my SC200, I had booked it for a later stage, but then I realized that I'm actually a bit much ready. So I was not charged for that. So they only charge you maybe if, so you can't change your exam within 48 hours to the day that you are going to write. That's the only time they will be charging you. But if now there's 5 days before I write and I move the date closer, I was not charged for that. That's what I know.
Sorry, let me come in.
Hello,
I tried to,
can I come in?
I tried to
come in?
reschedule my own,
Oh, okay.
and I
Okay.
was charged $50. I know I registered about 4 days ago.
Wow.
Then 2 days ago I tried to reschedule.
Wow.
And then I was charged $50, so I didn't bother. So I don't think that works anymore.
Can I say something? Can
Go
I say
ahead,
something?
please. Go ahead.
For piercing, you have written a couple of exams. The policy for this particular exam is very, very strict and different.
Yeah.
Writing other exams with piercing, you have option, or maybe then you have option to schedule maybe as much as you like, but before 48 hours. After 48 hours, you're not allowed. But for this particular exam, read the policy and you're not allowed to do online, maybe doctor or book or office. The only option is to do it from a center approved by them, and then do basically that. So it's just about this particular exam for what I did. Notice too, for the exam schedule, like in Abuja, there are just space between now and December till January 2023. Like you guys said, everything ends December. I don't want to doubt, but I think I don't think it's December. For what I went through on this particular exam.
Oh, okay. Like it will extend to January.
I think it's a year or so. Someone needs to confirm that.
Oh,
yes.
Please, we can just go ahead and confirm all these things so that we know how to go about it, and not so that we don't miss out on it. It's a very good one to actually benefit from this. Right? Okay. So I think who else has their hands raised? Onduka John. I thought. Oh, okay. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, all.
Good evening.
So I have just one question actually. The requirement for means of identification has been what is bothering me for a long time, because our ID card, our national ID card, I don't have a signature attached to it.
I think
so what do you do about it?
I think we've settled this.
I joined late. That's why I'm sorry. I joined late.
What cards do you have? What ID do you have?
I have my national ID card. That is in NIM, and that's it. I don't have any other stuff again. My work ID, the work ID I have, it doesn't have the name I registered with.
You can use your ATM card as the secondary card. That has.
But does the NIM qualify?
I think we answered this the other time. I'm not sure, but I think they said if one of the card has a signature, you can use the other. So you can try it.
So NIN and my bank.
Yeah, just sign at the back of the ATM card. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Copa, go ahead, please.
Okay, I want to know, when you pass the exam, did you get a certificate or another thing?
I don't know. ISC is, I don't know. Their policy is strict. So when I passed, they just told me I passed. I think I show us my dashboard the other time. So, but the certificate, they said they will get back to me. I have not seen any, right? Many people that have written too have not seen. So we are waiting. We are waiting for the certificate, right? So
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sean. Oh, okay. Yeah, Sean, go ahead. I'm seeing another hand up.
Maybe say something with like with regards to passing. I think it was noted that you would have to pay $50 to get your certificate. That's what I read when I signed up.
You mean no? Wait, for the digital certificate or the physical certificate?
The physical certification, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
We can just and read, make sure.
Let's just confirm. But the people that have written so far have not gotten their certificate. But of course, those people who passed have gotten, I've seen a few of them gotten a badge, right? They've gotten a badge for them passing, right? So, but for the certificate, I don't think anybody have gotten that. But people who passed have gotten their badge on Credly, and they've shown it on LinkedIn. Yeah, so that is about that. Tony, please go ahead. I think Tony raised up his hands.
Yeah, according to what the last person said, when you pass, you're going to pay $50 to get your physical certificate, and it takes months. I think it takes like a couple of weeks, like 5 working weeks or so, before you could go. Yeah.
You see what I was saying? Nothing is totally free. Okay. Oh, great. Yeah.
Okay, it's good.
Yeah. Okay. Leke, I want us to close this by 9. Leke Bello, go ahead, please.
Hi. Thank you very much. Quickly, I also wanted to confirm 2 things. Because I joined in a little bit late, and then dragging the class back is a little bit disrespectful. So the question here now is, the recording of this class, how would it be distributed? 1, and then secondly,
Sorry, please, can you start from? I didn't get that. Can you come again?
Okay, so I mentioned that I joined a little bit late, and I wouldn't want to pull the class back. That would be disrespectful. So my question here is, the recording for this class, how would it be shared?
Okay, so I've decided, right? I said it the other time. I've decided that anybody that would want to have access to this recording, we have to pay a fee. A token is not much, right? You have to pay a token. Of course, it is free. I'm doing it for free. And this is not the only masterclass I'm going to be doing. I'm still going to be doing masterclass for Security Plus, for LinkedIn optimization, and the rest of them. Free of charge, live session. But I've decided to attach a commitment fee to the recorded video. So the link will be released when the video is ready, of course. But people will have to pay to access it. The link will be released. I will send it to our emails if you want it. Or, of course, people are here. So I want to believe you're jotting something. But you came late, of course, I understand. But the recorded video will be sold, not something that is much, just a commitment fee, right? So, yeah, I hope I've been able to answer the question.
Thank you very much. My second question would be, if you've studied for your Security Plus extensively, does it in a way cover this particular program? Because I've been studying for my Security Plus for like a month plus now, and then when I joined in, I saw some of the questions that I was seeming very, very familiar with.
Yeah, you know, I said it. I said I wrote my Security Plus exam before I wrote this exam, so it came handy. Like plus the experience I already have. So yeah, if you've written Security Plus is harder than this exam. Security Plus is not 100 questions. They are just 74 or 75 questions. But come on. Scenario-based and performance-based questions that you have to think. And Security Plus also include performance-based questions where they will show you firewall.
Yeah, so
you have to figure some of those things, right? So it's harder, way harder than this. That is why we are saying that Certified in Cybersecurity is trying to take the stage of Security Plus as the certification for entry-level candidates. Security Plus is not, of course, it helps you to, introduces you to the industry. but it is an intermediate. They just call it entry level. It's an intermediate certification. So of course, it will introduce you to the industry, right? But this one, this certified in cyber, is extremely entry level, introduced in a very subtle way, in a way that anybody that is coming from marketing field, we understand, right? So yeah, so if you have taken Security Plus, you will be able to, ace this exam. But don't be too confident, as I've said. There are certain things that ISC2 they want to base on their own. That is why I said you have to still brush through their PDFs, their resources, so that you know how to set your questions and what they will test on. Right. Okay, thank you. Ibrahim, we have 10 minutes more and then we'll be having. Ibrahim, go ahead.
Okay, but if mine is not yet, I want to please, I want to know if did you have a free community to learn and share our cybersecurity career, please?
Oh, okay. Okay, so I belong to a couple of community. I don't have one myself, and it is very intentional, right? Very, very intentional, because I already belong to a lot. Right? And so it will be a conflict of interest if I'm now saying I want to start. I don't want that, right? Okay, so there is Diary of Hackers. I might not have their links here, but just note them. You can connect with them on LinkedIn and then reach out and tell them you want to join. There's Diary of Hackers. You can join that community. Fantastic community. That was the first community I joined when I started. They really helped me. Created platforms for me to thrive, and I've led projects with some of their board of trustees, advisory board. Led projects involved in different conferences, organization, and things. Right, fantastic community. Okay, Diary of Hackers. You can search for them on LinkedIn. You can search for Joshua. Okay, you know what? Let me just search out Diary of Hackers on LinkedIn here and post the link.
I will connect you in the LinkedIn.
Okay, so sir, Joshua Moses, yes, you can connect with Joshua Moses. We will be able to provide a link to properly join the community. I'm posting Diary of Hackers. Okay, that's Diary of Hackers. Then there is the Cyber community. Cyber community owned by Dirion, Ireti, Mrs. AK, Ireti Oluwakerele. Very wonderful community. I belonged to that community too, part of some of the key members, organizing like their inaugural the number. Oops, promise big, please. I don't know. You don't okay, it's fine. You don't share people's number like that. Please. They can connect with him on LinkedIn. Stop sharing people's number on like this, right? Please. Okay. Right. Okay. So there is Cyber. Let me check for Cyber. You can reach out to Cyber and community. They are UK based, but also they accept members across board, right? Cyber community. They had their conference recently. You can reach out to Young CISO Network, the Young CISO Network. Then there is Blacks in Cybersecurity. This is for our, the participants from outside Nigeria. I know we have a lot of them here. South Africa, you can go Blacks in Cybersecurity, search for them on LinkedIn. You'll be able to get access to them, join their community. I've spoken at Blacks, I've spoken at their conference, the DEFCON 30 that just passed. I spoke at Blacks Big Village, and it was awesome. Right? These are confirmed and legible communities you can join to grow, right? So yeah, Aka A's, I won't forget, Aka A's, yeah, Aka A's. Search for Aka A's on LinkedIn. Fantastic communities so you can join, okay? For our people in the US, I know there are other communities around there. Just make your research, people in UK, US, and the rest of them that you can join and grow, right? So yeah, thank you. Remain 6 minutes. Okay, quickly, let me take but Yusuf, please go ahead. You have something to say. If Yusuf is not there, Ahmed Tijani.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Go ahead, Ahmed.
Thanks for the wonderful class. My question is that to join those community, is it that is a step we have to follow, maybe to attend their conference or other webinars?
Yes, there's a step. That's why I said reach out to them on LinkedIn. They will tell you what step it is. Okay, Arno Luapo, please go ahead.
Hello, I'm here.
Good evening.
Yusuf, go ahead. Arno, please wait. Let Yusuf talk.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Thank you
evening.
so much for the class. I really enjoyed it. I actually learned a lot of things from this class. Thank you so much, sir. Please, you are talking about a PDF. I don't actually know the PDF you are talking about, please. For the exam.
Yeah, I think we did a walkthrough and I showed us. Is it me?
Oh, I joined very
late. The time, there's no time. We have 5 minutes, right? And I've decided to sell this video. Like, really, I've decided to sell this video, the recorded session. Okay, you know what? When you access the, how do I go about this? Go to the, let me post the link, right? So you just go to that link. I'm not able to get the, oh, this is the 1 million link here. Let me just post the link, then you'll be able to go through. So follow the instruction on this page. I just post the link now. Come on. Post something now. Oh, yeah, great. That's it. Follow the link I posted. You'll be able to, there are instructions there. Just follow through. You'll be able to access the course material, the official course material. Yeah, I think we've come. I don't want to go beyond. Anolo, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening. Thank you for your time. Please, I have 2 questions. My first question is, after I register for the exam, the candidate ID there is saying pending.
Yes.
Do I get the candidate number before the exam or what?
No. You don't need it. You don't need the candidate. It's after you have passed, they've sent your certificate, be your badge, they will then issue you a candidate ID.
Okay. The second question, on my dashboard, I made a mistake when I was filling the name.
Your name.
So I think 1 letter came in front or so. So I don't know if it will actually affect when the certificate is out or not. But for the actual exam stuff, it's the correct name.
Okay, so this is it. If you have issues like that, you have to reach out to the members contact support, member support contact. Check ISC website. You will see the member support. They will help you. It's just that these people, they said they are having issues with their website or their infrastructure. So you cannot even reach their member. Like, they won't respond on time. But of course, reach their member. I won't advise you to do what I did. I registered with Cosmete. I made a mistake in one of my names. So I just abandoned that one. I registered because I've registered during the time they were doing UK, but I could not write the exam because it was UK, strictly UK. So when this one came in, and I did mistake in the name for that one. So when this one came in, you know, I registered with another email, but that might not be a good. It's not bad. Of course, it's not bad. Right?
Although it's only on the dashboard, because the name on the
you have to correct it. You have to correct it. Reach out to them, correct it. Don't register with a new email. It's not bad. It's not against the policy, but it's having 2 accounts with them doesn't make any sense. So yeah, so just go ahead and reach out to the support team. Apps Work Web. Okay, so the reason why I will not release it to the attendees is because they can start sharing around the link around, right? So attendees will not get the link. If you want to get the link, of course, you don't need to go and rewatch. When you are here, I want to believe you are jotting, you are getting, you know, stuff as we were, you know, going through it. So yeah, that's why I will not release it to the attendees. Yeah. Read one. 2 minutes and we are out of here. Read one.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. So I just went on LinkedIn now and I saw someone who just wrote the exam yesterday and passed. I just thought of sharing that information with everybody.
The person on the speech said that chapter 1 area to focus on was security principle, incident response, business continuity, and disaster recovery concepts, access control concepts, network security, and the last chapter is security.
You have covered every domain.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Exactly.
Just said my knowledge with government risk and compliance from Gerard Oja PhD course helped me during the exams. So that's just what I just wanted to.
Thank you. Thank you. That was what I said. Everything, yeah. That is what I said. That it covers everything. There is no running away. There is no. How many times will I answer this question? The recorded, of course, you have access to it, but you have to pay. I'm attaching a token to accessing the recorded video. Thank you. I think I've been able to answer your question. Okay. Okay, so Amino, we are leaving here. This is 9 already. Thank you so much for your time, everybody. It's been a wonderful experience from start to finish, right? And I hope you enjoy. I'll be having Security Plus Masterclass very soon. And but I want to have, should I have LinkedIn optimization before that? Okay, let us decide. Let's decide for other people. Which one do you want me to have before which? Which one do you want to come first before which one? Now,
please have security. Security
Plus. Okay, you want me to? Oh, great. Let's keep coming, right? Security Plus. Yeah, you enjoy Security Plus. Is a lot of, come on, you enjoy it because I have some very crazy material and I'll be sharing it with everybody on the call. If Francisca is here, Francisca will testify. Crazy material, like that would help you to actually see the. You will not see the question, but when you are seeing question in the exam, you'll be like, I've seen something like this. So yeah, I'm going to be having Security Plus next based on popular demand. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. So we'll call it a day from here. Who is raising up and let us go now? Sir?
What's your LinkedIn, Andrew?
Let me post it here so that everybody will have.
Okay, thank
you. Okay, yeah, Professor Mesa. Great. Professor Mesa will really help you for Security Plus. Great. That's my LinkedIn handle. Somebody saying something. Please let us go. Please.
Thank you so much. See us another day.
Yeah, thank you. Take care, everybody. Applicants from outside Nigeria, God bless you. It's good to have you around. Shuan, thank you for contributing. Shuan is my friend from where again? Is it Indonesia or India?
John.
Yeah. Take care, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm from
Thank
South
you.
Africa. Bye-bye.
Sean, you are saying something?
No, I was saying if you were asking about me, I'm from South Africa.
Really?